Please, I beg. Oh, good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, Pidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today. It's Thursday, the 17th day of April, and it's Good Morning Grenada. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Lord, fix my business for me.
Please.
Year after year, fix it, Lord, fix my business for me. Faith in you is what I declare. Fix it, Lord, fix my business for me.
It is another good day to have another good day.
Lord, fix my business for me.
If yesterday wasn't that good, portray yourself, project yourself that today will be better than yesterday, all right? It could have a lot to do with who you associate with, the company that you keep. You've got to be mindful of that. Associate yourself with people who make you feel better, make you feel good, not depressing people. Good morning, Eulyn. Good morning, Cicely. Jelly and McIntyre. Good morning, Monica Meros Williams. Good morning, Daddy Godwin. I will touch base with you today. Yeah. It's 25 minutes on to the hour of 7 o'clock.
That secretly burdens me. Your children struggling financially. When the cattle on 1,000 hills is yours, Daddy. You are our shepherd and we shall not want.
Good morning, Thankful Thursday. Life is too short. Be grateful for every second of every day that you get to spend with those you love and love you for who you are.
We truly believe.
That's coming from our friend that usually say, you need to resend your name, Pastor.
Me, Lord, fix my business.
Thursday blessings, wherever you are, I pray that God's love be with you. Wherever you go, I pray He will protect you.
Fix me.
Whatever you do, I pray that joy will fill your heart. Because you deserve every good gift a wonderful life can hold. May God bless you more. I love this.
Lord, fix my business.
Thank you,
I said,
Apostle. Can't remember the name, man. You need to,
fix my business for
remind me of the name.
you is what I declare.
Grant Kim or Kim Grant, good morning.
Business for me. Fix my business for me, Lord. Fix
Sylvina Charles, good morning. How you doing?
business for me, Lord. Fix my business.
Early and all in the U.S., good morning. Yeah.
Why? He will fix it for you.
This is the weekend that Christians usually look forward to. Mildred Smith is with us. Good morning to you, Mildred. Shem, how is Shem doing this morning? Zamora is enjoying a vacation. Nice.
All praises to you, Lord. Wonderful.
The word of the day today, that word is vicarious. Vicarious.
In you we live.
Experienced through another person. It is spelled Vicarious. Vicarious.
So you know the desires of my heart.
Experienced through another person.
Upon you I wait patiently to fulfill what you have.
Here's how we can use that word in a sentence.
Thinking I just
She felt vicarious excitement watching her friend win the race.
things shall be added. So I give you thanks for all that you've done.
Vicarious.
You I believe.
Yep.
Fix my business.
Please.
Me, Lord, fix my business for me. Fix my business for me.
Yolan Swan, good morning.
For me.
May God continue to protect and provide for us always. Oh, yeah.
Fix
Joan Brathwaite Batson, good morning, Mr. Joseph. Dedicated listeners and viewers home and abroad.
the sun.
May the good Lord continue to bless us all abundantly. Happy Thursday.
Serve you, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Fix it, Lord. Fix my business.
Fix me business.
You is what I declare. Fix it, Lord.
Oh, boy. Debbie, good morning to you and the family, bro.
My son, fix it, Lord. Fix my business for me.
Nice.
Got all that thing with the
Eggies, you and Chief, good morning.
fix my business.
The Macmeos
Got all that thing in
out there in Mount Agnes, good morning. Good morning to Mount Agnes.
this for me.
Esther and her son, good morning. The folks inside of Pomrose, good morning. Latans, good morning.
Spirit, take my soul.
The motivational tip of the day comes up next. Of course, reaching out and saying good morning to the folks on the Sister Isles of Carriacou and PD Martinique. The Grenadine Islands, good morning. St. Vincent. Barbados, good morning. Trinidad and Tobago. Well, my good friend is on island, Casey Phillips. Remember when Casey was like that, man, a little baby, going to record in his father's studio in Palmist. Jennifer Dupoy, good morning. How are you doing? So glad to have you on the program this morning. Still in Cape Verde, right?
Take me to a higher place.
Nice.
And fill me with your captivating grace. Just like your prophets in the day.
It is a good day to have a good day. Good morning, Nadisha. Good morning to Miss G. And it says create a vision board. Visual reminders of your dreams and goals keep your vision alive. Build a board that inspires you to take action. Yeah. Now, without that, you tend to procrastinate a lot. You understand? Have a physical board that you jot things down on. Build a board that inspires you to take action.
God is, my God is, my God.
Sharon Pilgrim, good morning to you.
Worthy to be.
Nice.
My God is.
Let's see what's buzzing this morning. What's buzzing this morning? All right, the Ministry of Health is closely monitoring the resurgence of measles in the United States, ensuring that proactive measures are in place to safeguard the health of Grenadians. In the region, cases of malaria detected in Belize. My good friend Derek Sylvester, judge in Belize. Be safe, papi. I want no harm coming your way, okay? Internationally, a U.S. judge says he could hold Trump's administration in contempt of court. And in sports, former West Indies coach Andre Cooley joins Bermuda for a North American Cup. Catherine Phillip, good morning to you. How are you doing? Nice. Some just know how to win, right? Okay. Nice. Well, folks, we have a long weekend ahead of us. It's, the Easter weekend. Tomorrow is Good Friday. I will be with you tomorrow if God permits health and strength. Want to reach out and say good morning to Dr. Fort and her team. Missed that appointment yesterday, man. Circumstances way beyond my control. Dr. Francis Martin, good morning. Good morning, Dr. Hensley Batiste, Dr. Keith Johnson, Dr. Bernard. Who else am I missing out? Good morning, Dr. Dolan Noel and family. Always locked in. Good morning. Dr. Granger, Dr. Belfon, Dr. Beverly Nelson. Good morning to all the medical practitioners, each and every one of you. And good morning to Inspector Leon McQueen and his dear wife and family. Yeah, when you're a medical practitioner, you just know things, man. Yeah, she's a boss. Nice, thanks. Toya, good morning. Nice. Well, folks, we're heading into the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. Comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
ACB, SME, start, manage, expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ACB, SME, start, manage, expand. Taking on all my competition. Got the whole bank's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation.
Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more.
ACB, SME.
Start, manage, expand your business today.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Thursday, April 17th, 2025. Coming up in the news, the Ministry of Health is closely monitoring the resurgence of measles in the United States, ensuring that proactive measures are in place to safeguard the health of Grenadians. Cases of malaria detected in Belize. Internationally, U.S. judge says he could hold Trump's administration in contempt of court. And in sports, a former West Indies coach Andre Cooley joins Bermuda for the North American Cup. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Hi there, good morning. With the news in detail, I am Gordon Joseph. Grenada remains measles-free with no reported cases. However, the Ministry of Health is not letting its guards down in light of the recent measles outbreak in the United States of America. As of today, there have been 3 confirmed cases of death from the ongoing measles outbreak in the U.S. Over 600 cases have been reported, mainly in the Southwest. According to reports, all deaths involved unvaccinated individuals. While Grenada has no current outbreak, measles could be imported by travelers. Now, measles is an airborne disease that spreads through respiratory droplets. Symptoms typically appear within 7 to 14 days after exposure and include high fever, cough, runny nose, red eyes, and a distinctive rash that starts on the face and spreads across the body. Severe complications such as pneumonia and even death can occur, particularly in young children and individuals with weakened immune systems. Importantly, measles is classified as a potentially fatal illness, especially in unvaccinated populations where mortality rates are higher due to a lack of immunity. According to medical practitioners, the measles, mumps, and rubella or MMR vaccine is 93% effective with 1 dose and 97% effective with 2 doses. The last recorded case of measles in Grenada was in 1991, with no subsequent local transmission reported since then. The Caribbean region, including Grenada, was declared measles-free by the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, in December of 2024. Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development Minister Joseph Andal leads a powerful delegation to Expo 2025 in Osaka, Kansai, Japan. The 184-day expo, which officially opened in Japan on Sunday, April 13th, under the theme Designing Future Society for All Lives, offers the perfect global stage for Grenada to invite new partnerships, inspire collaboration, and solidify its role in shaping a healthier, more prosperous future. The expo carries 3 sub-themes: saving lives, empowering lives, and connecting lives. Grenada is participating under the sub-theme Empowering Lives, which emphasizes the importance of education, diversity, and inclusion, and seeks to explore how technology and social innovation can support social equality and equal opportunities for all. At the heart of Grenada's participation is Vision 75, where people thrive physically, mentally, and economically, supported by a balanced ecosystem of health services, wellness initiatives, and agricultural innovation, all driven by increased investment opportunities. Grenada's exhibition booth will be an immersive experience that transports visitors directly to the island, utilizing cutting-edge technologies such as virtual reality video content and other interactive features. And finally, on the local scene, April 15th, 2025 marked the official launch of Elevate Her, a transformative initiative aimed at empowering women and girls through career mentorship, skills training and development, and also leadership. The program is a flagship initiative under the Ministry of Youth and Sports and aligns with government's Vision 75. The keynote address was delivered by guest speaker Anne-Marie Montrose, who emphasized the need for women to be go-getters. She stated that the future is not something we wait for, it is something we build together. We have more in this report.
Ladies, elevate our participants. If you do not remember anything I said to you today, I want you to take away this one thing. Where you start does never define where you finish, but finishing depends on you. I always refer to life as a game of cards. Many of you play cards. You don't always get a winning hand. Sometimes you get the cards and you look at it and you say, I can't win with this. Do you give back the cards? Do you throw in the towel? No. You play those cards that were given to you to their full potential. with the intention to win.
Acting Prime Minister Andy Williams said the program provides a bold step towards changing lives, creating opportunities, and investing in the unlimited potential of young people.
Elevator is about empowerment. It is about real opportunities, skill training, job creation, and pathways to entrepreneurship that will light the way to sustainable success. When we equip our young women with the tools to strive, we are not only lifting individuals, but we are transforming families, strengthening communities, and building a nation that refuses to leave anyone behind.
Meanwhile, Minister of Youth and Sport, Honorable David Andrew, emphasized the importance of creating spaces where young women can be nurtured, empowered, and celebrated.
Strength and potential for women have been underestimated, overlooked, and underinvested in. But we are here to change that. Boldly, unapologetically, and prominently. Elevator is not about giving a hand out. It's about unlocking the power that already exists within our women. It's about ensuring that our girls grow up in a world where leadership, innovation, and education and dignity are not dreams, they are expectations. We are creating safe spaces, building leadership pipelines, and opening doors that cannot be closed.
The first cohort of 200 participants includes unemployed women across Grenada who will benefit from hands-on training in agriculture, health, and hospitality sectors for no more than 18 months. The official launch of Elevate Her was held at the Deluxe Cinema in Grenville, St. Andrew. That concludes the first segment of news. The local segments stay with us. The regional and international developments are straight ahead. In the region, we hear that health officials have confirmed the first locally transmitted malaria case in Belize in more than 6 years, prompting increased surveillance and mosquito control measures in affected communities. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported on Tuesday that 3 cases of local malaria transmission have been detected in Santa Elena Town and Cristo Rey Village in Cayo District since January. A 4th case was identified as imported from neighboring Petén in Guatemala. The first case was detected on January 17th, with subsequent cases identified on March 11th and April 5th. All cases were discovered through routine surveillance conducted at both public and private healthcare facilities across the country. Officials confirmed that all identified patients have received appropriate supervised medical treatment and tested negatively upon follow-up examinations. Now, looking further afield, a U.S. judge has said he could hold the Trump administration in contempt of court for willful disregard of an order to halt the departure of deportation flights carrying more than 200 people to El Salvador last month. The administration had invoked a 227-year-old law meant to protect the U.S. during wartime to carry out the mass deportations. Federal Judge James Boasberg wrote, "The court does not reach such conclusions lightly or hastily. Indeed, it has given defendants ample opportunity to rectify or explain their actions. None of their responses has been satisfactory." In a statement, the White House said it would contest the decision. California Governor Gavin Newsom has filed a lawsuit challenging President Donald Trump's spate of tariffs that have upended global trade. The suit, which marks the first time a state has sued over levies, challenges an emergency power Trump cited, giving him authority to enact them. California is the world's fifth largest economy, outpacing every U.S. state and most countries, and is home to the largest shares of manufacturing and agricultural production in the U.S. The White House, which has urged that the tariffs are tackling imbalances in international trade, dismissed the lawsuit and said it would continue addressing this national emergency that's decimating America's industry. And finally, a German palliative care doctor has been 21 and July 2024, though prosecutors have said they believe that total could rise. The doctor, who has not been named due to strict privacy laws in Germany, has not admitted to the charges. He is accused of administering an anesthetic and a muscle relaxant to his patients without their knowledge or consent. The prosecutor's office said in a statement, the relaxant paralyzed the respiratory muscles, leading to respiratory arrest and death within minutes. He worked in several German states, and the ages of those whose deaths are being treated as suspicious range from 25 to 94. That's the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sporting segment is straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. The Bermuda's national cricket team will receive a major boost at the upcoming North American Cup, with former West Indies head coach Andre Cooley joining their coaching staff as a high-performance consultant. The inaugural tournament, which bowls off this Saturday, will see Bermuda facing Canada, the United States, the Bahamas, and the host country, the Cayman Islands. The experienced Jamaican will work alongside Bermuda's head coach Carl Waldron as part of a partnership between the Bermuda Cricket Board, the BCB, and the Cricket West Indies, CWI. The collaboration was finalized during the recent ICC America's annual regional conference in Costa Rica. Now, Cooley, who took charge of the West Indies Test team in 2023, expressed enthusiasm about contributing to Bermuda's preparations for the ICC T20 World Cup Americas qualifiers. Waldron welcomed Cooley's involvement, calling it a valuable opportunity for player development and tactical growth. Bermuda's North American Cup campaign begins on Saturday against Canada, followed by matches against Cayman Islands on Sunday and the U.S. on Monday. After a rest day, they conclude the group stage against the Bahamas on April 23rd. That's the sports. We'll have more sports for you during our luncheon edition. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead. All right, folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Tricia Miller on the forecast desk at the Morris Bishop International Airport. Good morning to you, Tricia.
Good morning to you, and good morning to listeners of GBN. It's a fair morning here at the airport. Winds are from the east-southeast at 17 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 13.6 millibars, which is above the mean, and it's rising. Present temperature 27.6 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 77%. Yesterday's maximum temperature got up to 30 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 26.9 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, only a trace of rainfall was recorded here at the MBIA, hence the total for the month remains at 52.8 millimeters. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be mostly fair and windy, but slightly hazy. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 30.5 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate, waves 5 to 7 feet in open waters. A small craft advisory is in effect. Tides will be low around 11 a.m. and high about 6 p.m. Sunset this evening at 6:19. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:53. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be mostly fair and windy, but slightly hazy. From the Met Office, Tricia Miller.
Thank you very much, Tricia. Have yourself a wonderful day now.
Thank you, and same to you.
All right, folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
It's 5 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. Locally, the Ministry of Health is closely monitoring the resurgence of measles in the United States, ensuring that proactive measures are in place to safeguard the health of Grenadians. In the region, cases of malaria detected in Belize. Internationally, U.S. judge says he could hold Trump's administration in contempt of court. And in sports, former West Indies coach Andre Cooley joins Bermuda for North American Cup. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Thursday, the 17th day of April, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I'm Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening and viewing, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sun Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Life
Life insurance. You've heard about it before, seen the commercials, but have you ever really thought about how life insurance can benefit you and your family? Let's look at 5 ways life insurance can benefit and protect you and your family through life's expected and unexpected. 1. It provides finances for your child's education. 2. It can help you in providing collateral for loans. 3. It provides living benefits. 4. It provides a source of income upon retirement. And 5. It provides finances for final expenses such as funeral, cremation costs, and other related expenses. Contact Demerara Mutual today and speak to an agent to select a policy that best suits your existing needs.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Attention all divers, snorkelers, and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinaire Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Welcome to On the Spot Hardware, your hardware haven. We're your go-to destination for quality wholesale and retail hardware supplies. From cement to lumber, steel to plumbing, we've got it all. Our dedicated team is here to guide you every step of the way. At On the Spot Hardware, we believe in making your hardware shopping experience easy, reliable, and satisfying. Can't make it to our Woodland store? Visit our Guelph location in St. John's. We're expanding to bring our hardware haven closer to you. On the Spot Hardware, where quality meets affordability. Your hardware haven awaits. Visit us today.
ready, Grenada? The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th, so don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
GBN presents the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, Saturday, June 7th, Monrouge Plain Field from 11 a.m. Our partners, Maggie, the secret of great flavor, Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Clark's Court, Grenada's #1 rum, Grenada Paper Products, makers of Cherish, Spring Soft, Hammer Bay, and Super Value Toilet Paper, and Royal, Quick and Easy, and Horizon Paper Towels, Budget Foods Inc., Classic Lighting, and Blue Bubbles PA Rental and Event Supplies. It's the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules.
All right, welcome to the conversation this morning. It's 16 minutes gone past the 7 o'clock, and you see my annual friend.
Yes.
It's every year. She's by me, all right, once a year. Okay, Deb Eastwood, and with her this morning, she has brought a compatriot, Valerie Andrew, and once you see Deb here, you know it's swimming, all right?
Right.
Swim Grenada.
Right.
Swim Grenada 2025, and you know, prior to coming on to the set, she was like, every year, this is a number of years that I've been doing this, and every year he says he's going to come to Lum to swim.
And he doesn't.
Morning, Deb. Welcome.
Good morning.
How have you been?
Good.
I can see that swimming is keeping you young.
Yes.
Okay. And good morning, Valerie. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
I can see that. It's always a pleasure to have sometimes one, but it's better when there are two beautiful ladies on the set so early in the morning. Okay, so I'm gonna Deb. We know each other already.
Right.
I want
Start
to
with
hear from
Valerie. Please
yes.
do. Valorie's written a book. She's a new author. It's her first book she's written, and she wrote it about Get Grenada Swimming, and I'll let her tell you. But that's why we're together. She has a children's book, but it's more than a children's book, and she will tell you about it.
Valerie, go right ahead. Tell us, who's Valerie?
Okay, no problem. problem. So I actually started swimming at 2, so I've been in swimming for a very long time.
That can be very long.
Very
You're
long.
not very long from 2.
Very long. And throughout my swimming journey, I would have coached, worked with Miss Deb as a lifeguard, as a swim instructor, and as a site supervisor at the program. So I love swimming, and I love the Get Grenada swimming program. So I decided that I should write a book about it to kind of educate persons more about the swim week as well as swimming in general, and to tackle something that most people face in the water, and that's fears. So the book speaks to, yes, overcoming your fears in the water, specifically on the beach.
Okay. All right. Let me ask, did you swim for Grenada competitively as well?
Yes, I did. I've competed at the OECS Swimming Championships for a number of years, over a decade. So, yeah.
Now you having me puzzled. You look like 15, but you keep talking about
15.
over a decade.
Try 15 times too.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. So that book that you've authored, what is it all about?
Okay, so the book is called Winnie and the Waves, the Grenada Learn to Swim Week Adventure. And so it's about a little girl who is fearful of the water, and her mom brings her to the National Learn to Swim Week. And each day she meets a new coach, and I have real coaches in the book, including Miss Deb, Coach Natalie Regis, Damique Walters, Chris Regis, and Shimona Francis, who have all helped shape me in my swimming journey. And she learns different skills every day, and she overcomes her fears by the end of the week and becomes a water lover.
Wow. And what is your real intent behind this book? Is it just for people who are coming to learn to swim, or do you intend to get it into the school system in Grenada, because it's local, right?
Yes, it's a local book, and we do intend to spread it far and wide in the school system and even outside of Grenada as well. I always say I wish this program could be in other Caribbean countries as well. We're all surrounded by water, and I think having water safety skills is important. Not just swimming competitively, but it's a life skill that everybody should have.
Yeah, I don't want to say what I want to say. I really don't want
Don't
to
say, well, I'll come this year.
Yes, you need to come.
Yeah, I am going to make that extra effort
to come
this year. Deb, in your knowledge, do you know of any other programs like that on any other Caribbean island?
Not quite like we have. I think there's something in Nevis right now. But yeah, I don't think it's quite what we have. But I think they do have like a swim week, like one swim week a year. The thing that's different is that not only now do we have swim weeks, as you know, we have Saturday free lessons every single Saturday. Except for a short break over the summer, the school holidays at 10 locations. So, not quite, but there are looks like at least one or two. And Nevis St. Kitts, is that like one?
Yes, St. Kitts and Nevis, yeah.
Yes.
It's like Grenada and Carriacou.
Yes, and it's showing up. It shows up because they've done well in some of their competitions. Also, they've developed swimmers and brought them up. I mean, I don't know personally what they're doing actually there, but I see the advertisements and they look similar to ours in terms of the swim week in particular.
Okay. All right. Now, for folks who are joining us for the first time, Debbie, if I'm not mistaken, this is about the 5th year I've been doing this with you.
Yes, you and I have. Yes,
it could be more. But for people who are joining us for the first time, can you revisit what caused you to get into the Swim Grenada stuff?
Sure. I came down as a teacher. I was only going to be in Grenada for 2 years, and I fell in love with Grenada, and so I actually taught in the schools for 4 years. But it was definitely, you could see that children were afraid, parents were afraid. I would try to take children to the beach. I started a youth group, and there was a moment where I just said something has to be done, because I had done youth groups for years and years in the States, and I started a youth group here. I took 12 kids to some swimming location. I don't actually remember which one it was, but only 2 of them could swim. And how can you have a youth group in Grenada if people don't know how to swim, if the kids don't know how to swim? So that was kind of an epiphany for me, a point where I just decided, okay, I'm not a competitive swimmer. I actually never taught swim lessons in the U.S., but I thought I'm going to learn how to do this right and just teach. And so it started off small. And we had our first swim week in 2015. So this is our 11th year doing swim weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it grew from there because people would go to the swim week and they'd say, well, what's next? What do we do next? And at that point in time, we only had one swim week. We'd have to say, you could join a swim club, but that's more competitive. And not only that, it's, it costs some money. So we added the second swim week, and then we started adding Saturdays, and Saturdays just took us in a whole nother direction because some kids we've had kids come for 2 or 3 years to our programs. They come down on Saturdays, and so it's not just learn to swim for them. We have different levels, and so some of them are at level 4 or 5, and at some point I say you should join a swim club if you can afford it. You should go to Sailfish or Grenfin, or now there's a great club called Solid Base that Natalie Regis runs, and that's all about triathlons also, so not just swimming but running and bicycling, and so things have grown, and there's been lots of people helping it, and it was not my plan. I totally know it was God's plan that this evolved the way it was, because it's not something I would have planned ahead of time. It was just something that happened.
Okay. Yeah, divine intervention.
I think so.
Yeah. So, Valerie, were you ever part of a Deb's swim program?
Yeah. Yes, I was. As in the Learn to Swim section?
Yeah.
No, so I could have swum before, because I swam competitively from like 6 years old. But I did start with Miss Deb. I think the lifeguarding was first.
Yeah, probably. So Val was a lifeguard for Grenada Lifeguards.
Deb trained me.
And then she was
a lifeguard, and then I was a swim instructor at the swim week for a few years, and then site supervisor for the last 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. Now, someone who is listening, right, and gets curious for themselves as an adult, and maybe even want to bring their child or children, what can they expect on any given day, whether it's the swim week or the Saturday sessions that you have? What is it generally like?
Okay, so you come and we hook you up with an instructor, and I talked about the levels that we have, and so we're going to start, if it's their very first time, we're going to start with bubbles. You have to learn to blow bubbles to be able to swim, because you're blowing out bubbles and then you're breathing in and blowing out bubbles. But you just need to blow bubbles, and whether it's a child or an adult, the progression is still the same.
Could you imagine me coming and learn to blow bubbles?
Yes. Actually, it won't take long. Some of the
thought of it is, as we say locally, as we say locally, big hardened back man like me coming to learn to blow bubbles. Eh?
Yeah.
Come on.
I didn't actually think. No wonder we're not getting people. We're not getting men, I'm getting lots of women.
But it's important.
Yeah, it's the very first skill. And it takes, for some, it only takes 5 minutes, and they have that skill. And then the next thing is floating.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
which I can do.
You can float.
Yes.
You can float.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then you're almost there.
Yeah, I can float. I know I can float.
Okay.
I can float on my back.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's important, because that's one of the most important survival skills, right? If you fall out of a boat, you need to turn yourself over. And then we're going to teach you what to do with your arms so that you could get yourself.
I can do that.
You could do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
But let's get you swimming.
Yeah, swim I can.
Swim.
I could dive.
You could dive.
Yes.
Okay.
I could dive, but the swimming part. As a little boy, we had real encounters in the river basins and so forth.
Yes.
Up at Pearls and
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Pearls.
Yeah.
Wow, and that's a pretty rough place to learn to swim.
Yeah. Right at the bottom of the Pearls strip. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we had fun.
Isn't that pretty rough? Like, I've gone up there to see if I could have a swim site there, but it looked way too rough.
Erosion has taken advantage of the
Just checking.
Site. Yeah.
I'm always looking for new places to to set up a site.
I wouldn't recommend Pearls.
Right.
No,
Okay.
I really wouldn't. Okay, so Deb, after 11 years, as you intimated, looking back 11 years, you've been a teacher, so you must be very good at evaluating. What has your evaluation been of the sessions, of the program?
Well, I feel like the program has grown, not because of me, but because so many other people in the community have come to help. So, like these 10 sites we have on Saturdays, they completely run themselves. What we do is we train the site supervisors. They're very mature. They're safety conscious. They've been through like a 4 to 6 month program to become a level 2 swim instructor. So what we do here, what I do is like we try to get people trained. We give them equipment, and then they run their own programs at each of the beaches, because I run the one at Grenada on Saturdays. I can't go around and see all these other ones, but I do go on Swim Week. We have those 10 locations, and then we have 6 more. We add 6 during a swim week, so we have 16 sites going. And I feel like the program's grown, but only because there's been communities and people like Val that have come and added so much, and I'll get somebody that'll come do pro bono work for me for, like, somebody's doing Instagram. I'm not an Instagram person, and they're doing a bunch of Instagram stuff this time free, so it's people that join in and help, because we have 100 and more instructors on any given Saturday.
Wow.
Throughout the island.
So the program has really grown and produced top tier swimmers.
I don't know necessarily. I mean, we do feed them into the competitive if they want to. What I do, we've taught over 10,000 now. We know that for sure. Over 10 years, we've taught over 10,000 because we keep track. And the numbers we have are more like 15 to 20. But we know that lots of people come double to, they'll come to a swim week and then they'll go to a Saturday program. So we can't say everybody that came. We can't count every single person, but we're confident to say now it's over 10,000. Our goal is to teach 2,000 a year, which we're on track for. And but the bigger goal, I think I've talked to you on this show before, is sustainability. Mm-hmm. And what we're developing these swim instructors that Coach Natalie is taking through an intense curriculum, and they come every Saturday for 3 hours. The program is free. But it takes a lot of dedication, because we'll start with 40 people interested and we'll end up with maybe 10 that will graduate. We actually are graduating this Saturday. We're graduating a class of instructors. The goal is to have 100 of these by 2027. Again, because after they finish the program, most of them go right out into teaching on Saturdays or coaching. Mm-hmm. We've produced coaches that are working up on the deck at Good Hope Pool. And that is it. If we have 100 swim instructors in the next few years, we should be able to, get out there and teach Grenada to swim. But it's not competitive swimming, like I'm saying. It's learn to swim. It's survival swimming. Is kind of what we call it now.
Okay. I know you couldn't have done this all by yourself, because running these 10 plus sites on Saturdays and then initiating the swim week, there's a huge cost, and you seldom charge people for participating. So how have you been doing it? How have you managed?
Yes, we have some supporters from the U.S., which is great. We have a nonprofit in the U.S., and so people donate there. But the local community has been amazing. We get lots of services in kind, where they help out during the swim week, and lots of donations. This particular swim week, the major sponsor is Silver Sands. So, and then we've gotten some other to make up the difference. We've gotten like the Fish House and Budget Marine. Budget Marine has been with us all 11 years. How cool is that, right? Yeah. IAL, which is called Acado now, right? And so Spice Island Marine. People are sometimes people, like I called one of my regular sponsors for $2,000 or $3,000, and she said, "Oh, I'm staying with my friend. She wants to help too." Okay, and that was Spice Island Marine, and I'm like, okay, like it was just the community,
the volunteering, the help, the support.
Yeah, the support. She donated the same $2,000 to $3,000 so that we can. A swim week cost over $30,000 to run when you count all of the costs. But the major cost is paying stipends to the swim instructors. So they don't make a lot, but they can make this swim week. They can make $250 by being there every day. It's 4 hours a day. This time it's in the afternoon. It's 2 to 6.
Okay.
Okay. So people can sign up for 1 hour from 2 to 6, and some people are disappointed because we don't have mornings this time. But just so you understand, what we're doing is we want to make swimming available to all. So in the on the Easter week, we do it in the afternoon because we want adults to have availability. So if we go to 6 o'clock, and years ago, maybe 4 years ago, we only did 6 o'clock at one, or 5 to 6 at one location in Grenada. Now every location goes till 6 o'clock. So adults can come at 4 if they're working, or they can come at 5. And then in July, we do it in the morning from 9 to 12. So everybody once a year should be able to come out and do that. And, you know, there are particular religions that can't come on Saturdays, so they can't make our Saturday, like the, you know, Seventh-day Adventist. But they've been great about supporting. We have a whole group in Telescope of Seventh-day Adventists that are teaching that week. They're teaching Tuesday through Friday. So they're not teaching on Saturday, but that's an opportunity. And this is an opportunity if you are with some denomination, you know, that holds the Sabbath a Saturday, you know, then come to the swim week, you know.
Yeah.
So
this is awesome. I mean, I'm very, very impressed. I'm happy that the business community is seeing the worth in what you're doing. And coming forward, even you know, offering their support. You don't get that all the time. People, no. you usually go to beg, and sometimes they look for reasons why they can't give.
Right.
But in this case, you have people offering. That's awesome. So it speaks volumes to the impact that your swimming initiative has, you know, made in Grenada.
Thank you.
Yeah. Valerie, I want to congratulate you on that book. You're very youthful. It's, you know, you're exuberating on your face and everything like that. I want you to use this opportunity to reach out to some young people out there. Encourage them, even if it's just a swim. It could be a life changer.
Yeah, for sure. So I definitely... it always kind of rattles me when I see, you know, near drowning or drowning incidents, because a lot of them could be prevented if we actually just take the time to learn swimming as a life-saving skill, not competitively as I've done, but just learning the basics. And so to all the young people out there, we like to have fun, we like to go on cruises. A lot of people go on cruises and they cannot swim, and it's very shocking to me. But yeah, so I would say, you know, come out to the swim week. We have instructors who are equipped with the skills to teach you to overcome your fears, as well as teach you basic life-saving skills. And it could help you as well as somebody else, because as a parent as well, if you go somewhere near to water with your child, you may not know how to swim, but if your child ends up in a predicament, you're going to try to jump in, but can you swim? You know, so it's important, not just for yourself, but for the people that you love, that you learn this life-saving skills. So I'm pleading to everybody, send your kids, send your aunties, your uncles, everybody come out, everybody.
Quick question as we wrap. What age do you think or what age do you recommend someone can start? And what is the closing off age? So can someone start swimming at 6 months, 1 year, or and how old do you?
Yes, they can start. People start. Some start as babies. We're not equipped to teach that young. Okay, we have taught as young as 3. But they have to really not be afraid of the water. And 4 years old is a good age to start them. And that's where we usually do on Saturdays. On the swim week, we start at 5, just because it has to do with the ratio of instructors to students. And when you're teaching a 5-year-old for the first time, you really need both your hands, and you need your focus on one student, where, you know, we'll teach 600 to 800 students during this week. And so our instructors they need to be able, many times they only teach 1, but they need to be able to teach 2 or 3 if there are a lot of people there.
And what's the cutoff?
There is no cutoff age. Okay. You come, we teach 80-year-olds.
Everybody.
We have taught successfully. Yes. And
so there's hope for me.
There is hope.
Of course.
Okay, 10 years from now when I come.
Okay. No, I need to stop making that plan and breaking it, and make the plan and hold on to it.
Just do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so as we wrap, where are the locations for the swim week this year?
This year there's 16. I always start at Sauterres and go around. It makes it easier. Sauterres, and then if you come down the East Coast, we have Cabier Beach, and you keep coming down Grenada Marine in Corinth, and then you can hit Grand Anse with BBC Beach. 3 locations on Grand Anse, so Umbrellas, Cameron Park, the Catholic Church. And if we go up the other side, we have Grand Mall across from Saugs, and then Guave. And then we don't want to forget about the middle of the island is Birch Grove.
Mellows.
That was, you and I got that going. Yeah, you did. Yes, we've been doing that for years now. And that's very successful right there at Mellows. And thanks to Chris Mellows, there's another person that just said, sure, you can use our location. And it's a great area for getting in the river.
That's lower down.
It's where the tubing, one of the tubing places happens. But
I guess that's Leslie Phillip.
No, it's Chris Mellows.
Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, I know Chris, but is there another swim?
Yeah, there is another place up farther, but it's not great for swimming. It's great for tubing.
Tubing, right, okay.
Right, so all those locations, and I'm very excited about, we have Carriacou and Petit Martinique. After the hurricane, which was less than a year ago, the resiliency of those Grenadians in both those islands and the way it's come back. We actually went to Carriacou and Petit Martinique in January because they didn't have a swim week last year, but they're having one this year. They're having one next week starting on Tuesday. Paradise Beach in Carriacou and then Morang Beach up at Petit Martinique. So those are our locations. I might have forgotten one. They're all listed on our website, and that's also where you can sign up. It's www.getgrenadaswimming.com. I'll say it again. GetGrenadaswimming.com. You can go and scroll down on the front page, and there's a place you can register for one of those 16 places, and then you pick a time, and you come every day for that hour, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, or 5 to 6.
Is there a cost for registering?
No, none. There's no cost this week at all. Silver Sands is... they're the big sponsor for this one. I do want to shout out to Sandals because Sandals is doing the swim instructor development program, which is great. And they also do the swim week in July.
Okay. Someone wants to get some information.
Sure.
Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, my brother Innocent.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning. I just want to find out something from the ladies.
Go right ahead.
Where is the hardest place to swim? Is it in the river or is it in the sea?
Okay, they will respond. Where is the hardest place to swim, the river or the sea?
I would say it depends on what the sea is looking like because Grand Anse often looks very nice, and that's a very nice place to learn. But the river place we have picked is pretty easy to swim in, and if the river's flooding, because we've had lots of rains, will cancel the classes, which you don't have to worry about. Well, you do sometimes in the sea we cancel classes, but less. I would say the hardest place actually to learn to swim is in Guave. Because the west coast
gets
pounded.
Not the Atlantic, but the Caribbean Sea.
Yeah, it gets pounded. But thank the Lord for our site supervisor up there. He's great, and most weeks he still has it. But the easiest place to learn to swim is one of the pools. Oh, I forgot to mention, we have a new site. It's Paraclete. In Paraclete, there's a woman there that's letting us rent her pool. It's a magnificent pool. It's like 40 yards long, and we just started our Saturday morning programs in Paraclete.
That's right up to the hill.
I just know it's Grenville, and keep going a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I know Paraclete well. I taught at Paraclete Government School. So,
the guy that's a teacher there, he's the one that's running the program because we want, one of our big initiatives is to get into all the schools. That's the next plan. We want the swim instructors, and we want PE teachers now. And PE teachers and the guy's still on the phone.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
He's on the phone.
Okay, sorry. Let me just finish that. Paraclete is a pool. True Blue they let us use their pool. This is what I call about people. Like, here's a hotel with lots of people, and they're saying, bring your kids in, and you can swim in one of our pools.
That's remarkable.
Is that not amazing? And Good Hope. So I would say if somebody's really afraid, they should learn at one of the pools. And then if you want to learn in the sea, usually Grand Anse is great. BBC is wonderful. Yeah. So I don't know.
Anything you have else a site at Hope Beach?
We did do Hope Beach a couple of times, but I had trouble getting a site supervisor there, which I won't open a site unless I have somebody that I know I can. Again, they have to run everything on their own. They have to be safety conscious. I like them to be lifeguards, and that's a whole nother program they would have to go through. I don't have somebody there. But that is a decent beach, just so you know. If somebody out there in the Hope Beach area wants to do something with me, I want to give my phone number. I would love to do that. Okay. And can I just say during swim week, if you're running an Easter camp or you're running a school group or any kind of church organization, consider our swim week free programming for your week. Yeah. All you got to do is call me, and then I'll tell you the best place to go for where you're located and what hour to come, so it's not swamped. But can I give my number then?
Sure, you can.
404-5237. That's 404-5237.
Okay.
I just wanted to add a little, to the question. I'm not sure if they were asking more in general. Like I know, maybe on the more scientific side, the seawater is you're more buoyant.
That's true.
Yeah. So you tend to learn to swim.
My friend says in the river, the upthrust force is greater in the salt water.
Right.
That's what she's saying.
You're more buoyant in the salt water, but I think in terms of fares and ease of learning to swim, like holding onto a wall or so, is what Ms. Deborah's referring to. The pool is better if you have a fear of the sea and that type of thing.
In the river, you could grab onto a stone.
You definitely feel heavier in the river and a pool as compared to the sea.
There's more buoyancy in the sea.
Yes, for sure.
Well, I want to wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Deb, pray hard. Pray a little. I know you usually pray for me, so pray a little harder that I will attend one of the events this time.
Good. And may I say one more thing about the book? I am so blessed. I've talked about the people that just support. Valerie did this all on her own. I mean, she mentioned it to me a year or two ago, but I hadn't thought anything about it. And then all of a sudden, it was only a week ago. She's like, "Oh, here's the book," and it's on Amazon. Just so you know, it's on Amazon. She's written the book. It really does take people through their fears and what we do. And we're going to offer it at Heart and Soul in the mall, in the Spiceland Mall.
You didn't bring a copy?
Because it's not here. It got published Monday.
Okay.
This week, Monday, and we're like...
We'll get our first copy on Saturday.
Okay.
We'll make sure you get one.
Please do.
Okay.
Please do. Well, Valerie and Deb, thank you for inspiring us this morning. I really enjoyed that conversation. And
thank you.
So the swim week starts
Tuesday. Goes through Saturday.
Okay. Tuesday next week.
Right after Easter.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
And we wish everybody happy Easter. Get out there and learn to swim.
Thank you.
God bless. All the best.
All right.
Folks, that was it. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Need to install or repair your plumbing? We've got you covered. Whether you're setting up a new washing machine, replacing a leaking faucet, or fixing that pesky dripping pipe, the Plumbing Supply Store is your go-to place in Grenada. We offer a wide range of plumbing products to make both new installations and maintenance a breeze. Our shelves are stocked with top quality products including pressure and waste fittings. And if you've been struggling with blocked drains, have you heard of Melt? This powerful drain-unblocker liquid is a game changer, designed to prevent and clear blockages, making it ideal for hairdressers dealing with clogged wash sinks. We also carry a wide selection of repair kits and replacement parts to bring new life to old plumbing fixtures. Visit us today on the Woodlands Main Road or call 444-1377 for expert advice, top-notch products, and a warm welcome. At the Supply Store, we do everything plumbing.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
ACB's me, start, manage, expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ACB's me, start, manage, expand. Taking on all my competition, got the whole bank's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation. Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. Start, manage, expand your business today.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Welcome to On the Spot Hardware, your hardware haven. We're your go-to destination for quality wholesale and retail hardware supplies. From cement to lumber, steel to plumbing, we've got it all. Our dedicated team is here to guide you every step of the way. At On the Spot Hardware, we believe in making your hardware shopping experience easy, reliable, and satisfying. Can't make it to our Woodland store? Visit our Guelph location in St. John's. We're expanding to bring our hardware haven closer to you. On the Spot Hardware, where quality meets affordability. Your hardware haven awaits. Visit us today.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation.
All right, it's 9 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and once again, I want to say thank you very, very much to Deb Eastwood and Valerie Andrew for dropping by and bringing us up to date with what's happening with Swim Grenada. And from all indications, it was a conversation that was well received. Someone says on WhatsApp, I must applaud your guests for the swimming initiatives. I always say every Grenadian should be able to swim, and a Grenadian must not drown because he or she can't swim. Someone else says she definitely needs to be on the Quinn's list. Okay, Deb, that's good news. We have a little time. Let's get into a conversation. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the program.
The program?
Yes, that's the program.
When it is happening in Guam.
Say that again.
when they having this swimming in Guam?
Well, it starts on Tuesday. I think they're swimming in Guam every Saturday, but the swim week starts next Tuesday, so they will be in Guam. All the locations, the 16 locations that were mentioned from next Tuesday, but every Saturday, except the weather debars it from happening, there is swimming in Guam. Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. All right, folks, it's 8 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and we do have time for a conversation. Okay, nice, good. Give me a call. What's happening? I'm not going to initiate any specifics this morning because of time, but let's just have a conversation. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Greetings.
Greetings. Welcome.
I was a little disappointed on your... Well, I mean, it was rather interesting information coming in on your previous activity there with your guest. But I was disappointed I had to walk away from the radio when I heard the woman's response to the question posed by the gentleman, whether it was easier or the difference between swimming in the river and in the sea.
Oh, when you ask where is the best place to swim?
It's a very technical question, very, very technical question, because the first time I heard the question, I said, interesting question, my dear brother. And I was expecting to hear a better response. So I had to walk away because I was disappointed in the response. The man was referring to the relationship between density of the water and buoyancy. That's what he really meant. I don't know what they said afterwards because I was disappointed in that. But anyway, other than that, it was pretty odd. Finally, Mr. Joseph, as I move towards shutting down because the Satan season is getting closer. And I usually go into my hiatus, so to speak. Mr. Joseph, I want to help you. Measles is not an English word. I can help you, Mr. Joseph. There are certain things you can identify. I'm not running you down, Mr. Joseph, because I want you to get better. And I say it publicly because I've offered to help you to identify these things as it relates to your pronunciation and accentuation, what we call stress in the English language. Sit with me for 25 minutes, no more. Walk with your iPhone, and if you want to walk with a little notepad.
Will do.
Please, Mr. Joseph, may help. I don't want to run you, I want to help you. Thank you very much for what it's worth.
Citizen, right? I really appreciate that, okay? Have a good one. All right, it's 6 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Give me a call. Spice Quinn, good morning. How you doing? Agnes Dowden is with us. Mike Hutchinson, good morning. How you doing, bro? Reverend Samuel Caesar, good morning also. How are you doing? Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Thank you very much, President. Good morning to you.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Please be advised. Mr. Rolo has given you a good advice. Please. I myself have a problem with you. I'm not running you down.
No, well, it's not a matter of running down. I never run away from training. I want to be the best I can be.
Thank you very much, because as a school teacher, you make too many mistakes with your pronunciation.
Okay.
And I don't care which part of the country or the island, if you want to put it that you have come from. The English language is not really our language, but yes, it became our language because of the British colonial rule. But we also have the French colonial rule, and we have French and Patois. And so what Mr. Rolo is saying to you, he is very correct, and please don't laugh at it. Don't laugh at it. Please.
Did you hear me laugh?
Of course, I heard you.
Really? Okay. All right. Okay.
You are not conscientious of the fact, but you did it. You know, it's something that when Mr. Noel calls you, you used to always make a gimmick about it just the same. You know, teacher, your friend, and all kind of nonsense like that. Come on, man. You know, you got to be more serious. You know, I speak out. You know, I have a problem with Godfrey Augustine.
Okay.
He has the same problem. You know, I have a problem with the one on the To The Point program in the morning, because, you know, some of you all guys tell yourselves that you all are in full control, but you all must remember that the public, the general public, is listening. And so when the general public has an idea, maybe the callers may not be explicit, it may not be that clear with the point that they're trying to put over, but they are correct. And the general public has more authority than you all who are sitting as program hosts. Bye for now. Have a good day.
Thank you, caller. Have a good one. Have a good day, my friend. It's 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Gordon.
How are you?
Well, good enough by God's grace. I just want to just point out simply, Now, I read in the Bible that, something involving Abraham and Sarah. And in chapter 18 of Genesis, and when God visited Abraham, and he told her around the same time, the following year, he would come and Abraham would have Sarah would have a baby. Sarah laughed within herself and she said, I would have a baby, and my husband being older, then we'd have a baby, and she laughed. And he said, well, why did Abraham laugh? What Jesus said, why did Abraham laugh? And she was afraid. She said, no, I didn't laugh. Jesus said, yes, you did laugh. No, there was another time which Abraham himself, when God told him, about the same thing, he laughed. Abraham's laugh was different from Sarah's laugh. Sarah's laugh was done in unbelief. Abraham's laugh may have been done in appreciation. Not every time somebody laughs at something, I wouldn't want someone to say at, but every time somebody has laughed, it doesn't mean they have laughed as a means of mockery. People have to understand that. So maybe a laugh in appreciation, or a laugh just come out, just to acknowledge the fact that, wow, that kind of thing. And people mustn't misunderstand people.
Okay.
People don't always laugh at, but they laugh in connection to what has happened. So I just want to correct that call, and most of the time, I heard you, and you didn't laugh at Brother Rodo. You laugh because of maybe the excitement or whatever. Not every time somebody laughs, they laugh at the person. So people must get to understand that. God bless you, Brother God.
Thank you. Have a good one. Have a good one, bro. Have a good one, folks. We can accommodate at least another call. All right, 435-2041. It's just 1 minute away from 8 o'clock. We joined the BBC at 8, All right, so, all right, let me quickly take this one here. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, and how are you doing today?
I am on top of the world, as Dr. Francis Alexis would say.
All right, well, stay right there. Stay right there. Don't get underneath there, because 6 foot under is underneath.
That's true.
It's kind of like, it's a paradox. It's kind of like strange, for someone who wants to change the British Constitution so badly in Grenada, seem to want to always revert back to how the English or the England people pronunciation in everything. It's either you want to change one or you want to change the other. In the US, they pronounce it differently and they accept it. In the Caribbean, maybe we pronounce it differently and we accept it also. But you want to change that constitution so badly. Maybe. Let's look at things a little bit different. Once we're able to understand each other, because communication is the most important aspect of everything, rather than sticking to what the rules are. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. And this is where we have to pull it down. But before we go, I just, like to clarify something here. And I've said it time and time again. I have never, ever portrayed myself as someone that knows it all. Because I know I'm honest where that is concerned. I don't and I won't always get it right. But it's a work in progress. So, maybe sometimes, and as a good friend of mine said, in the day and age that we live, you have so many tools that you can use. But I am absolutely certain, all right, it doesn't matter, and I'm not trying to create an excuse, but ever so often when someone is placed in front of a microphone, whether it is on a stage singing or whether it's what I'm doing here, what we are doing here, there's an adrenaline something that puts a pressure on you. Not trying to make an excuse, all right? Never. But we don't always get it right, all right? And we never profess to always get it right. But I personally, I don't know what Godfrey and GT and whoever. I always take whatever advice I get with grace. So I'm okay with correction. What is important is that, be mindful of the tone and so forth. But even tones don't bother me. But nonetheless, thank you very much for the advice, and I'll work at it. Have a good one, folks. We've got to join the BBC. I love you. Bye-bye.